Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Chairman, this is the point at which we disagree. Is this budget we have before us today actually shows that common sense has just left the state legislature. We actually, as Senator Harp said, are facing over $1 billion budget deficit in the next 15 months. And in the face of $1 billion budget deficit, we're increasing spending by $373 million. Even if we bring in $91 million of revenue, we're increasing the deficit by the budget we have before us today. And when you look at this and you say, what are the alternatives that we could have had before us? There are many. But I look at all of the rhetoric that has been going around this building for the last couple months about folks in the leadership of the legislature saying we want to consolidate, we want to cut, but all the talk has been empty rhetoric. The budget before us today does not contain substantial cuts. In fact, it adds back even more spending than we had passed last year. You look at some of the details, whether it's the reversal of all of the governor's cuts in the human services area, whether it's the shell game that we're playing by moving expenditures out of the general fund so that they actually start to become protected from future cuts, or actually moving and changing judicial policy by actually taking people who are in jail right now and moving them into alternative programs without saving any money. This budget actually makes a farce out of the issue that we have all recognized that we're facing, which is a massive budget deficit. And it just defies common sense to actually increase spending by $373 million in the face of that deficit. Now, the good news, we're still early in this process, and there is an alternative, is not only did the governor lay out a large number of cuts that were rejected in this budget, but there have been so many other ones that the Republican caucus has offered up, consolidating 23 departments down to 6, moving some of our social services over to our nonprofit community providers, resetting programmatic spending back to 2007 levels, eliminating the Citizens Election Fund, closing Riverview and other inefficient state institutions. The ideas are out there, but the budget before us today doesn't contain them. Instead, it contains more spending. So, Mr. and Madam Chairman, although I have tremendous respect for the both of you and the hard work that this committee has done on this budget, at the end of the day, it lacks common sense to the crisis that Connecticut is actually facing right now. And I would encourage members of both parties to reject this budget today. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.